Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, this is Evelina Hovic. I am here today, as my usual Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time live stream, talking about all things energy, manifestation, health, wellness, nutrition. For those of you who do not know, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Evelina Hovic, and welcome and thank you for joining. I'll just take a few seconds to have some water and see if anybody's going to join live. But today I will be talking about how to get yourself out of the funk when you find yourself feeling not so well physically, emotionally, or any of those really. I have been not well in the last week, I guess, since Saturday, which is unusual, and also it's more so even unusual that it lasted so long. And I'm definitely on the mend now. I'm still feeling a bit, my chest is a bit heavy and a little bit of congestion here and there, but I'm definitely feeling way better than I was a couple of days ago. But it's not so much talking about how I've been feeling and what's been happening last week. But one of the things that I have found that I was feeling pretty down and physically also not well. But the reason I want to talk about more about just not so generally, but really specifically about how to get yourself to a better feeling state when you're feeling like shit, or when things are not going right. I have a couple of my friends that are struggling currently with a few things, and I see it with around me, whether it's a painful breakup, on romantic relationships, and some just feeling down because of physical issues. So I just like a couple of things that came into my attention, and I'd like to talk about how to what to do about this and how to get yourself feeling better. So give me one sec here. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure I see your comments, because Facebook sometimes is a bit funny that way. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Comments are gonna be here. So, 1 second. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, guys. So first and foremost, I think, excuse me. First and foremost, it is really important to understand that whatever is happening in life, and whatever is happening in life is happening for you. And I'll come back probably to that statement later on. But life is there to live and and one of the beauties of a human experience, of being a human being, is to experience a range of emotions and to experience that contrast. So things are not going to go always well, and there is a reason for that, because you're never going to know what is well without experiencing what is not well, without understanding the contrast, without understanding the difference between the two. So, and every time something not so good happens, that only amplifies the desire, and that's your opportunity first to really understand what is it that you want. So instead of, it's very common to just to get so into the condition of not feeling well that start feeling sorry for yourself, and it applies to both emotional and physical. Because the physical will have an impact on the emotional, but even I'm not talking just physiological issues like cold, like diseases or sickness or traumas, but also emotional trauma, so emotional discomfort. So those are the things that in these moments, this is such a huge opportunity to amplify your desire, to really clarify what is it that you want out of life. How do you want to feel really? And this is going to happen because contrast is going to happen to show you, to give you an opportunity to understand what is it that you want. So that's one thing. That's really that's just a fundamental understanding, and stop resisting it. And it's not a bad thing. You're not unlucky. It's not like, oh, things are always happening to you. It's just a process of life, and it's a really beautiful experience if you allow yourself to think that way. The other thing is that in moments of of that contrast, is really important to allow yourself to feel. Don't like try to just push away all those feelings of like, I'm not supposed to feel bad. I'm like, it's all about manifesting what I'm focusing on, and I need to be focusing on the good, because of, the worse I feel, the worse I'm going to bring to myself, and I need to feel better. But it's actually important to just slow down and understand that the emotions that are coming to you are there for them to feel. It's not to repress them. It's not to push them away, because the sooner you're going to be able to say, okay, like it feels, I feel lonely, or I feel frustrated, or I feel really disappointed. Let yourself feel it. One of the biggest misconceptions is to not allow yourself to feel, because thinking that if I'm gonna let myself feel, it's never gonna end. But it's actually not true. In fact, I remember being one of the personal development retreats, and it just stayed with me, that phrase that somebody used saying, whenever a negative thought or whenever the bad feeling comes in, this woman said, I just say, come in for a tea. Let's have tea. Because as soon as you open the door to allowing yourself to feel that way, that feeling is actually not gonna last that long. It's the sooner you're gonna accept that, the sooner it's gonna go away. So realize that everything is happening for you. Allow yourself, this is the beauty of the human experience, to experience the contrast. Allow yourself to take that opportunity to clarify what you want, and allow yourself to feel. And then when you feel that way, then know that there are a couple of things certain things you cannot control. In fact, there are many things you cannot control. But what you can control always is your thoughts and your actions. And I know that could bring up a couple of arguments. I'm like, you don't understand. I did not have an option. I had to do this way, or I had to act on this. And you know what? I will challenge you every single time, because you always have an option. And if you don't have an option in terms of like having to do certain things, you always have an option of choosing how you're going to think about that particular thing. So you always have an option. And then what do you do when you actually, you still feel shitty, you're still not feeling particularly excited about life? Then the first thing that I recommend doing is going to gratitude as in gratitude journal, or going mentally to think about what you're grateful for. I always recommend using a journal, because the power of writing is way stronger than thinking, especially any kind of thoughts, actually, both positive and negative. It's better to write them down, because that slows down the process. It allows you to clarify what you're thinking. It allows you to see, because the brain works too fast and you can't always keep up. But when you start writing things, it's much better. And in terms of gratitude writing, it actually helps to develop new neural pathways. So first and foremost, no matter how bad you feel, go and allow yourself to count your blessings. There's always something to be grateful for. And don't go big and grand and, think that you have to be like, I don't know, do some, change the world by, saying like what the grand things you're thankful for. Just simple things of like having the heat, or being warm, having clothes to wear, having access to food. It doesn't matter even what kind of food. You have access to water. Like, those are the simple things. You're already better off than a lot of people in this world. Start small, like something very, very simple to be grateful for, that you have somewhere to sit, you have a roof over your head. Start one thing, then add another thing, then add another thing. Once you go to 3 things that you're grateful for, it is usually actually difficult to stop, because there will be more things coming to you. like thought attracts like thought. So the more things you're going to be finding to be grateful for, the more things they're going to come to you that you can be grateful for. And excuse me. And after the gratitude, I then recommend taking a journal and asking yourself a question. If you haven't already been writing in a journal, then at that point, grab a journal and write and ask yourself, what is this showing me? What is my lesson here? Where do I need to pay attention? And yeah, I mean, you'll be surprised what some of those things are going to be. Let me just check. I get like messages from all over the place. And excuse me, I'm still obviously could use some slowing down. All right, so allow yourself to and to be able and be receptive to what comes as a response. Because so first of all, ask yourself, ask your high intelligent divine God, whatever resonates, source energy. What is my lesson here? What do I need to see? And oftentimes you'd be surprised by the answer. Oftentimes it'd be like such a logical, thing that it could be slowing down. It could be that you need to appreciate more things in your life that you haven't been paying attention to. It could be that it's an opportunity to learn something new about yourself or heal the part of you that has not been given the attention it deserves. So a lot of those things are we don't stop often to understand, because everything, and I'll go back to with what I've started, everything that happens in life, it happens for you, is there to either help you heal, help you evolve, help you go to the next stage, help you maybe go backwards and realize how you have been not seeing in your life, and what is it that you need to pay attention to, what needs to be taken care of. Because everything is life is an amazing experience, but only if you choose to think that way. And you always have the choice of choosing your thoughts, but it does not come necessarily automatically. It comes with practice. It comes with diligence. It comes with your commitment to yourself, to wanting to do and have everything and anything that you want, because this is your human right. It's your human right to have the well-being, to have the wealth, the wellness of everything that you ever want to have. And don't be afraid to dream big, and don't be afraid to actually desire those things. And you know what? Stop and ask yourself, what is it that you want out of life? What is it that you want next stage? They say that millionaires write their goals once a day, but billionaires write them twice a day. How often do you write your goals? When was the last time that you sat down and really reevaluated your goals? Now, don't be afraid to change your goals. Like, this is not, written in stone. Like, if you wrote something and this is it for life, don't be afraid. This is it's free. You are the creator of your life, so you can change your goals as many times as you want. This is like, you don't have to explain why things change. Things will change. Things will change so often. Okay, so I'm gonna just reinforce again what I've been saying, because whether it comes to emotional or physical, and I know, because I'm talking from lots of experience here, and even just now this week, and I had all those grand plans for this week, and because I have a little bit more time freedom this week because my daughter is away, so I hardly don't have my usual mom duties, and there you go. On the first day after she left, I got so sick, and and it's still way on Thursday, and I'm still not 100%, and I could be going like feeling, and I did feel, I went through definitely feeling sorry for myself and all of that emotions. It's just that with practice, that I call it the bounce back factor, is gonna come. It's gonna be so much faster, and you're gonna experience. You're gonna still. And I don't expect not to feel bad in my life, or don't experience not to get not well and get those colds and whatever. And I have been many years in this industry, and I have all the herbs. I have all the tools. I have all that stuff, and even even the experience between us, forget. When you're there in funk, it's so hard to remember which tools to pull, or even like that any of this. You just want to like, you know, I just wanted to go on a couch and somebody to take that pain away and feel sorry for me. And this is just like me. And it's not even like a big deal. I had a throat pain. Like, I get it. Like, it's not anything serious, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter actually what it is the experience, because the emotions are going to be very similar. And if when it comes to emotional painful experiences, whether with, you know, your partner, your children, parents, close friends, people that you love and care about, those the emotions, you know, we call the events and circumstances may be different, but if you drill down to the emotion that you're feeling, oftentimes it's going to be a very similar emotion. And the interesting part is, you know, you could look at your life, and especially in, like, so let's say recent time, and say that, you know, this happened to me and that wasn't great, and this happened to me and this happened to me, and all those bad things been happening to me, and they're all completely different and all completely not related. You know, it could be something at work, it could be something in personal life, it could be something with your health. So you know, from the first side, you're like, oh well, this is not related at all. But if you drill down to the emotion that you have been feeling at each of those events, at each of those things that happen to you, oftentimes you'll feel the emotion is actually the same emotion. And it's just going to be different events and people and circumstances that are going to highlight that emotion to you again and again and again, until you will be willing to recognize it. And it's like, okay, so this is what I've been feeling. And then going back to gratitude, asking the questions of what is it teaching me, what needs to heal, and also believing that everything happening for you, and this is a great experience, and being thankful even for that not so good experience, because everything happens for you, because everything is there to allow you to clarify your desires, to be more open to receiving the answers, and really allowing yourself to be, do, and have anything and anything that you want. So on this note, I am going to go and get some tea and honey. And thank you so much for joining in. I'll be back here next week on Thursday at 2 p.m. Happy Easter, Passover, happy long weekend, by the way. Almost forgotten. So enjoy the time that is, you know, remember to have fun, remember to be grateful. Happy holidays, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye for now.